Hello, welcome to another edition of Tailgating for Tigers. I'm Pete Stone. Here we are in Clemson's beautiful botanical gardens. Got orange October sunset back behind me, orange jack-o'-lanterns, of course Clemson tiger orange everywhere. Of course, unfortunately, even orange, that weird one associated with Syracuse. That is, of course, the focus of this week's show, trying to figure out what exactly is Syracuse Mascot all about. Fewer than 3,000 tigers remain alive in the entire world in the wild, which is ironic because there are fewer than 3,000 people who usually attend a Syracuse home football game. So that helps get the whole thing in perspective. Of course, those 3,000 people are somehow enough to intimidate the Louisville head coach with all the noise. Nevertheless, the very difficult task for us was going around to find the one Syracuse fan who actually went to an away game. Of course, they probably mistook it for a basketball game instead, but we tried to catch up with the Syracuse fan who made the trip to Clemson to ask, what are your thoughts on being at Clemson, and could you explain to us a little more about what the orange mascot actually is? James, have you caught up with the Syracuse fan here? Have you spotted the Syracuse fan yet?
Well, I have not seen one.
All right, we have found what may be the Syracuse fan here today. Where'd you come down from?
Syracuse, New York.
All the way from New York. Wow, so what brought you to Clemson today?
To beat the Tigers, that's why.
The only thing harder than finding tigers in the wild is finding Syracuse fans at a football game, we're saying. So.
It's true. It is true. I've been counting, and I've only counted 5 people so far. Like, in addition to us, I've only counted 5, so... orange, and I keep looking at everybody's shirt and I'm like, no, yay!
What kind of shirt are you wearing? You got a basketball on it.
Well, I'm more of a SU basketball fan, but since, you know.
Okay, trying to convert over. Now, I'm curious, but y'all used to be good in football, though, back in the day.
Yeah, Jim Brown days.
I mean, football's not very big up there, so I watch Clemson, but I don't know if I would say I was.
More basketball up there?
Yes.
We want to talk about y'all's mascot, so y'all are the oranges. Is that an actual fruit, y'all's mascot?
Yes, it is.
Now, how did that happen? Because when you think about Syracuse, generally you think more apples. So we want to try to motivate y'all to switch to the apples, Johnny Appleseed and Syracuse apples. Y'all have good apples in New York?
We do have good apples in New York.
Applesauce.
They could be.
We're going to squash them like applesauce.
The Cuse, Syracuse applesauce. I like that, Cuse applesauce.
It's just Otto the orange. He's just a big orange.
It's not the color, it's like the fruit, the orange.
Fruit and the color.
Well, let me ask y'all this. Wouldn't it be more appropriate if y'all were the apples? Give y'all that apple. I mean, that's what y'all have in New York, right?
Sure, yeah, but it would be silly saying the Syracuse apples, I guess.
Cheering for a fruit like an apple would be so much sillier than cheering for a fruit like the orange, which isn't even indigenous to your state. But anyway, the point of the show isn't to argue apples and oranges. It's talk about tigers going extinct in the wild and what the Clemson family is doing to save them from going extinct. And we are literally leaders in that category right now. So we even got Cuse fans to yell, "Go Tigers!" to support our efforts. With fewer than 3,000 tigers remain alive in the wild today, and so Clemson's leading the way to save tigers from going extinct. Do you support that effort?
Absolutely.
Can we get you to yell a big "Go Tigers" in and support tigers?
Yeah, ready? Go Tigers!
All right, thank you. But do you think it's cool Clemson's leading the way in the world to save tigers from going extinct?
Yeah, they're really pretty animals. I think that's great.
Can you give us a big "Go Tigers" in?
Go Tigers!
All right, well, thank you very much. And we caught up with this amazing young man who recently wrote a research paper. He's a Tiger Cub now. He wrote a research paper about tigers going extinct in the wild and what we can do to save them. And we caught up with him on Bowman Field at homecoming. Let's go to that footage. Here's little Sammy Watkins. Our folks today isn't just on football, it's about tigers going extinct in the wild. Now, you said you just wrote a paper about that in school, correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about the point of your paper.
Well, I named it Tigers, or we read a paper about tigers roar back, and so we had to write some questions about it and then do a paper. Yeah. And so it was like, it started out with, there was 7,000, and now it shrank to 3,000. Right. So I wrote a paper on it. Right. And so.
What do you think the solution to the problem is, man?
We just stop putting up traps and
That's right.
snaps and yeah.
You think the Clemson family needs to get involved in help saving the Tigers?
Yes, sir.
All right, can I get a big Go Tigers from y'all on the count of 3?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Go Tigers!
Thank y'all very much. Most importantly, remember to look on the links below to click to like the Clemson Fans of Tigers page or Clemson Save Our Mascot page, and also subscribe to these YouTube channels. Very important, remember to share these. We need to build up as many fans as we can on this Facebook page so we can keep everybody unified for a solidified Clemson roar. Because the point is, if we can be that loud for our Tigers, with Clemson loud on the field, we can be that loud for saving our mascot. We do not want an extinct mascot. And we can brag to those Gamecocks when they say, look at the most generic mascot in college football. We can say, well, we do, and you know what's really cool is Clemson is leading the way out of all these other Tiger schools to save Tigers from going extinct in the wild. There wasn't just one Syracuse fan, there were about 10, and they were pretty cool, so hats off, and it was nice hanging out with y'all. But anyway, get back up there to supporting y'all's mascot, the orange, from Florida orange from going extinct. And think about switching over to something cool like apples or the Headless Horseman.
Right now it's 4th and 16 for Tigers in the wild, and Clemson is leading the way to help them get a first down. If we fail, it's not just game over, it's extinction. The Tiger provides Clemson with a solid mascot that represents us as a symbol of pride and strength. But currently, fewer than 3,000 remain alive in the wild. As a Clemson family, let's get all in to save our mascot from extinction.
Hey, guess who we're playing this weekend for homecoming? I don't know. Who?